Well, greetings everyone. Welcome to Football Manager 2012. This is the only season I'm doing with this game. I played it for hundreds of hours back in the day, and I don't really have too much motivation to do a massive playthrough of it. So we'll just do one season. This is the season, and it was positively frustrating. I did get 8th place when, in actual fact, we were predicted to finish 10th, but could have done so much better. And yes, you read the title correct. I lost 4 times to Dunfermline this season. So let's just get that out of the way for now. 4 games equals 12 points, which means 57 points. Wow. The season could have been so much different. It could have been so much more different had we taken our chances against Dunfermline. The team this year is actually better than it was in 2011 and 2012, I think, personally. The stats, though, are a lot lower. See, I think between 2010 and 2012, or certainly 2010 and, the middle of the 2010s, 2015, they started to even out the stats. For example, in Football Manager 2010, Murray Davidson has 14 on heading and long shots, whereas here it's gone down to 11 and 12. So there is a kind of readjustment of stats, I think, within Football Manager to the level that you see today. So, but even still, the players are generally better. There was a lot of transfer activity, although mainly going out. I will show you that now. As you can see, we only made 3 signings, and one of them was in January. 4 players went out. I thought a lot more went out. But yeah, 4 players went out, 1 on loan. 3 left completely. Graham Gartland was unhappy, so I terminated his contract. No mercy. He's at Kilmarnock? And he didn't get a game at Kilmarnock. But yeah, 4 games, 1 assist, 7.10. Yeah, he was actually doing well. I don't know why. I should have kept him. I'm an idiot. Carl Finnegan's a striker. He played 2 games off the bench, got 1 assist, 7.9. Okay, I should have kept him. Yeah, I got rid of all my best players, basically, is what I'm trying to say. This is Sean Higgins, who did get a goal, albeit in the cup. 6.82, okay, so not quite as high as the other guys, but yeah, he played 6 games. The problem was, this team at the start had, and when I say this team, this is obviously my favourite team, who I usually play as in Football Manager. This team had a ton of, I think I had about 7 or 8 strikers at the start, so that's like a few that have gone out. But the rest of my strikers were pretty garbage. As you can see, well, actually, sorry, not all my strikers were garbage. Stevie May was my best striker, 11 goals, 10 assists, 7.41 average rating. The problem was he got injured in December and was out for like a year. And, well, he's got 2 to 4 months left on his injury. This is another reason why I don't fancy continuing the save, given the fact my best young talent is out for a year, and that basically hampers his development quite a bit, as you will imagine. So yeah, not too pleased about that. Yeah, one player that actually stood out above everyone else over the course of the season was Jamie Adams. I don't think was really used in real life. I remember him, he's basically like the Scottish Lee Cattermole. He would just go flying into tackles, and he actually got sent off in his first start this season. But he used to go flying into tackles. I remember when I watched him back in the day for Saints. And yeah, he kind of did the same here, although he was a lot better. He scored 3 goals, 3 assists, 5 Man of the Match awards, and got an over 7 average rating. But otherwise, this team was just it was good, but maybe I utilised it wrong. My signings were this guy, Jimmy, from France, as a defensive midfielder, although, as I've just demonstrated, Jamie Adams took his place, and like basically Jamie Adams said, I'm unhappy, I'm not getting football, so I said, I'll give you football, it's up to you to stay in the team, and he did. I signed this person as a right back / left back, although I didn't realise he's 35. I should probably have checked that. And also David Kearney, who used to play for Hamilton back in the day, 04-05. Signed him, and yeah, he played much of the rest of the season, did okay. Didn't do amazing, just did okay. What else? Any other highlights? I mean, my keeper, Peter Enkelman, kept getting injured. This is a guy that there was a famous goal that he let in when he was playing for Birmingham against Aston Villa. Or no, he was playing for Aston Villa against Birmingham. My mistake. Yeah, this is him. And he got injured a lot. Did keep 9 clean sheets though. I had to rely on my backup, Alan Maris, who is an IRL Saints legend. He got 3 clean sheets. He's not actually that good in Football Manager until a later version, like 2014 or 2015. But I used him a fair bit here, and he did okay. And Francisco Sandaz, this guy was so frustrating. He's supposedly our best player, best striker, but he only got 6 goals, 5 assists over the season. He was very inconsistent. Does he even say that in the reports? He's got problems with injuries, yes, I gathered that, but I don't know. Anyway, that is a team. I would run through them all, but there's not much point because I'm not planning to make a series. The tactics I used were fairly straightforward. They could only really fit in a 4-1. Oh wait, that's a 4-3-3. Originally it was like that, and then I changed it to that. The tactic I actually used most of in the season was a 4-1-3-2. Although unfortunately none of my wing backs were that versatile going forward, or they didn't have the ability to go forward, which is why I signed where is he, Kearney, because he's got more attacking stats, albeit I still didn't change to allow them to go forward because my defence was shambolic and they needed all the help they could get. Like, I couldn't have the fullbacks bombing on to leave us exposed at the back, so it kind of limited our attacking intent quite a bit. But yeah, I could basically use width, so the team had no width, so we were very one-dimensional. We always had to have more than one striker because, well, the choice was either 2 strikers, move one back there, or move one back there, which is a stupid formation that I've probably tried at some point in my past. Let's go back to the 4-1-3-2. Yeah, basically I had to use 2 strikers, so I did. I also used that a few times late on in games, or if I had to have width, which again I used this like 2 or 3 times, and that was it. Those were our tactics. They didn't really... Well, I mean, this, as I said, this one was the most successful easily, and you could change that. I had a lot of versatile midfielders who could defend, attack, etc, etc, so I basically just messed about with the midfield and hope it worked. And sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. Right. In terms of the league, I should show you the mountain, which is here. We did get as high as 3rd at one point. We went on a very good run. Basically, you'll see in my games. I'm not going to go through every game because, again, I just want this to be a short video about the season. But yeah, we lost like a lot of our early games, ended up at the bottom, then went to the heady heights of 3rd, and then we plummeted back down to mid-table obscurity. Well, I say mid-table obscurity. Lower mid-table obscurity. This was the season where Rangers actually, they got their 10-point deduction. So I remember back in the day, I bought this on the day of release. And like, it was at a time when people didn't know Rangers were going to basically have financial troubles and that, and so they didn't have the deduction, and then that came in midway through the season, and so after that time, after I think it was one of the updates, Rangers always started with a 10-point deduction, which you can see here. You can obviously change it in the editor, but I didn't. One thing I wish I had changed in the editor though was the colours that come up during a match. Let me find a good example for you. Kilmarnock away. Let's see if we can find a Kilmarnock away game. Yeah, here we go. Kilmarnock away, right, watch this. We'll click on one of the Saints goals. Liam Craig got 2 goals. Oh, this wasn't a very good game. 2-0 up and we threw it. Right, well, look at this. Look at the contrast, or the lack of contrast, between the text and the background that appears down here, right? Look, how are you supposed to read that? That's awful. And I think it was the same in Football Manager 2010. It just wasn't as bad, and it was red. I don't know why that makes a difference. Red, white, doesn't matter. But the point is, look at how difficult that is to see. I mean, flashing, sure, it works. I wish I'd gone into the editor and fixed that, but whatever. Alright, oh yeah, let's just look at the games. So, started off with a good run of friendlies. Probably the highlight was a 4-1 win away to Carlisle, who are in League One, so kind of like our level, but in England, and yeah, we managed to win 4-1, so maybe they're not our level. Who knows? Then, first few games of the league season, we lost them all. Although, in fairness, I think we went down to 10 men. Okay, not that one. Next one. Yep, Jamie Adams, sent off. Shall we have a look at it? Let's have a look at some of these tackles. They're actually very well shown in the game. Let's have a look. I should probably highlight. Oh, look at that. Oh, can we get a replay of that, please? Replay. Right, okay, so, right, watch Jamie Adams here, right? Bottom right of your screen. That's a complete scissor kick. Yeah, so 1 red card in our second game of the season against Rangers. The Aberdeen result was particularly frustrating given the fact we did enough for a draw and they finished lower than us in the league season, so that was points dropped there. So someone sent off against Rangers, then Dunfermline. This was our first defeat against Dunfermline. Yeah, this person decided to get sent off straight red on 90+2. Let's have a look at this. Although first I'll try and find the guy so I can... Oh, no. Alright, we just sped the game on. Board plan to announce under soil heating that's going to cost 2 million. Are you kidding? We're in the red by over 1 million. And I chased Sheridan apart like... Oh yeah, I forgot I had this guy. So I had Killian Sheridan. He played for Saints for a couple of times on loan. First from Celtic and then from CSK Sofia. He played 6 games and got 2 assists. But I ended his loan because my wage budget was too high and he wasn't getting a game. So I just thought, cut it early and save the money. And also there was one other player who got a goal in a pre-season friendly, I think, who was on loan. I think his name was Willie Gibson. Willie Gibson, let's just go and have a look, search for him, because I don't know how I would be able to see him, well, unless I went to the game when he got the goal. Yeah, this is him. He was on loan with us, but he never played. And his stats, well, his stats aren't that good. His mentals are lacking. He's very, well, it's not very good. Played for Queen of the South, played for Killie, played for Dunfermline, and then headed south for that dosh. You know, I often wonder, like, I get the idea, like, I get playing in England is exciting because it's like a new country. Well, it's not a new country, but it's a new league, new football country. But you always wonder, is it better to be at the top level of Scotland or the 4th level of England? I know what English fans would say, but I always think that there's maybe a bit of gloss when you're at the top level of Scotland because you're competing against the very best in that country. You know, you got the chance of major finals and that. But then, equally, if you go down to England, then you've got the chance of rising even higher than that, if you're good. Plus, you face more teams, and you play them less times. So I kind of like that idea, although it's never really annoyed me in Football Manager. I've only ever played in Scotland, where you play teams 3 or 4 times a season. So that's never really annoyed me, the fact you play teams so often. Anyway, back to what I was doing. I was showing you this. Let's not press spacebar. When you press spacebar in game, it pauses, but not here. Right, not that guy. Where is he? Yeah, keep an eye on that guy up there that's highlighted. He's the one that gets sent off. I think. I don't know when. Oh, another scissor tackle. 2-footed. Yeah, that was very much deserved. Alright, we don't have to see the red being shown. And then, game after against Celtic, would you believe it? Another red card. We've got to look at it. We've looked at all 3 so far. Let's have a look at this one. See how bad it was. Right, let's try and identify Chris Miller. This was against Celtic. There he is, right. Keep your eyes on Chris Miller. He's got the ball. Yeah. It looked like there was a bit of a scuffle more than anything, and then he got annoyed with the guy and just decided to completely take him out. So, no mercy, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so first 4 games of the season we lost. Shall I show you the goals? I'll show you this one. Stevie May, he was our top scorer, despite only playing half a season. This was this an equaliser? Yeah, this was an equaliser, I think. We were 1-0 down at this point. Boom! Nice. And then the other. Oh, let's have a look at the own goal. It was one of these. We had these a lot in Football Manager 2010, and apparently they are present here. Ball comes off the crossbar, hits the keeper in the back. Didn't make a difference though. They won. So who's laughing now? Let's have a look at. This was the defensive midfielder who never played. He got a goal against Selleck. So let's have a look at this one. Oh yeah, won Manager of the Month award 1 year. 1 month. Well, 1 year, but yeah, it was 1 month. Well, that was a nice strike. Stevie May scored a good goal against Celtic later on, if I remember to show you that. First win, unfortunately, came in the cup against lower division Airdrie. Sam Parkin, okay, he got 10 goals, but the 7 he got in the cup came in 2 games, basically. So, in other words, he got about 3 goals, 3 meaningful goals. Anyway, we threw a 2-1 lead against Dundee United. I'm not happy, although Stevie May's goal against them was quite good. Let's have a look at this. And to be fair, I didn't know Dundee United were going to do as badly as they did. They ended up finishing bottom 6. So, yeah, I reckon we, well, you know, I'll take it. Even though it was at home. Nice goal, though. Right, who do we have now? So, 2-2 draw. We then beat St Mirren 2-0, although they were bottom of the league for much of the season, so no surprises there. This was more surprising because Motherwell were top of the league, unbeaten. We managed to win. Where did they finish in the end? Yeah, so they finished second. 65. They were miles clear of Rangers. Even if Rangers had not had their deduction, they would still only have finished third. So Motherwell were one of the top teams, and we beat them. First time we played them. Brilliant. And we deserved it too. And this was away from home. I think, were we better away from home? Overall home. Yeah, look at that. We had relegation form at home. Away from home, boom, top 6. European places almost. Right, we then lost 2-1 to Hibernian in the League Cup. The less said about that, it was a last minute as well. I was probably preparing for penalties or something. Then, 1-1 draw against Hearts. I think this was a good goal. I'll show you this one. Ian Black's goal was good, but it was Ian Black, so I'm not going to show you that one. I've got nothing against Ian Black. He was just playing for the opposition on this occasion. I don't think I've ever signed Ian Black. I'm sure I have signed Ian Black in Football Manager. I saw a podcast with him as the guest, and he seems like a nice guy. But he was playing for the opposition. Anyway, we then beat Hibs 4-0 away from home, which they were a top 6 side. So, what can I say? We seem to do well against the big teams. Lost 3-0 against Killie. Yep, that happened. We then beat Cali 1-0 and United 1-0. And then 0-0 draw against St Mirren. 4-1 win against Aberdeen. And then, result of the season, I guess, 1-0 win at Ibrox, albeit Rangers were... I think their morale was completely down the drain, so this was actually a terrible scoreline. Like, we should probably have won by more. Or rather, it was easier... Or it was harder not to win against Rangers, is what I'm trying to say. As you can see, the text there, not very good. Anyway, so we beat Rangers, and then we had another bad run. What was that, like 5 or 6 games without a win? It was around this time that our goalkeeper got injured. Stevie May got injured, and we had a lot of injuries, and a lot of people were being unhappy because they weren't playing, and I'm using excuses, but when you don't have your top scorer or your top keeper, you're going to suffer, and we certainly suffered. 4-2 defeat to Hibs. Stevie May must still have been around. In fact, I think his final game was this one. Possibly? Was this? Oh, we lost 4-1 to Motherwell. Jigs. Okay. I don't remember this game. I'm glad, because it doesn't look like a particularly good game. Some of the games I pretty much just gave up. Like, as soon as I went 2-0 down, it was just like, what's the point? Yeah, look at that. That was a good goal. I wonder if somebody got... Hang on, let's have a look at awards. Did any of my players get goal of the season? If we can find it, goal of the season... No. Goal of the month, though. We've got a few. Yeah, that one against Motherwell got first in December. Let's have a look at manager of the month. If I can find it. Manager. So it's in alphabetical order. Should be easy. Yeah, there we go. I came first. Nice. Right. Then, okay, so we had our bad run of results. I think, did he play this one? No. I think this was the first game that Stevie May was injured for. If we can find, where are the formations? There they are. Yeah, so he was out for the Celtic game. We lost 5-1. Not that I doubt he would have made a difference. But yeah, that's another terrible run. I like how you can highlight the games. Terrible run of results. 6 without a win. Only scored a few goals. Things do pick up though. We managed to beat Cali away. Murray Davidson's goal. I think this was a good goal. We might as well watch it. Why not? I think the problem is, yeah, we had to rely on long range strikes like this, and then we just basically got outplayed. So I do think, well, obviously I overachieved with the team because they were expected to finish 10th, but like, sometimes you just thought, should I be doing better? Like, am I really tactically astute? I feel like I'm a lucky manager, or I'm better. I'm certainly better at setting up a defence. I just can't get goals. Setting up a defence, so I don't see. Maybe setting up a defence is easy. Maybe that's why people don't respect like more defensive coaches, is because it's easy. Anyway, what else? You know what else is easy? Beating Bucky Thistle in the Scottish Cup. So we got a non-league team. As you can see, Sam Parkin got his 4 goals. Yep. I mean, we had to play the game. Got the job done. Lost to Rangers. This was a bad game because we went 1-0 up, and then I accidentally, I know, how can anyone do this? I accidentally subbed on my sub-keeper, and the sub-keeper was a greyed-out player because Peter Enkelman was still injured. So the greyed-out keeper was not very good. And in fact, I don't think the greyed-out keeper was even good enough for Bucky Thistle. So how we got a 1-1 draw after I accidentally subbed on the sub-keeper who was basically a Sunday League player, I have no idea. But anyway, we only conceded once and got a point. That was definitely a big blunder. Do you know what it was, right? So if you go into the game, let's just go to Sadaza's goal and see if the options are there. But in the game, you've got the option to make a quick sub in-game, but it always starts with the keepers, or whoever's in your first. Okay, it doesn't show it, but basically it always starts with the keeper listed, and then whoever your first sub is, which for me is usually the keeper. And I accidentally pressed OK instead of cancel because I decided not to make a sub, and that's when it happened, and you can't cancel it. So, yeah, big mistake. Not to worry though, got the point, and it was away from home. 2 defeats then, 3-0 defeat to Motherwell, that was our final game against them, thank goodness, and then a 2-1 defeat to Hamilton, who were in the league below. This was the Scottish Cup, 5th round. We were expected to get a round beyond this, so I was very disappointed, especially as... Well, let's have a look at Jamie Adams' goal first, because it was amazing. To be honest, I think all of Jamie Adams' goals were good because he was playing further back in the midfield, so most of them would be from range. Look at this. And I thought this was getting us a replay. I didn't really want to replay secretly, so I mean, technically John Rooney did me a favour by netting in injury time. But Hamilton actually went on to win the thing. Where's Scotland? Scottish Cup. Look at that. Boom. And they did it in style against their Lanarkshire rivals Motherwell on penalties. I mean, fair play to them. Where did they finish? They finished mid-table in the Scottish First Division. Like, they got into Europe as a result. Look, they finished miles off the top. Ayr won the league. Wow. Wow. So yeah, they beat their but not only that, but look at the semi-final. They beat Celtic, and then look at the quarter-final. They beat Rangers. So fair play. They blooming well deserved it, and I do not feel bad in hindsight at getting knocked out by them. Partly because they went on to win it, but also partly because they saved me from another game against Rangers. Oh man, I hate drawing the Old Firm in cup competitions, especially when it's in the early stages. It always happens. It happens way too much. This game's rigged. Anyway, I'm just kidding. 2 wins, sorry, then against the New Firm. There you go, 2-1 win over Dundee United. Collector's item there. Goal for Sadaza. We then got a 2-0 away win to Aberdeen. Got the job done. We actually outplayed them there, which was interesting. Oh, we then lost 1-0 to Dunfermline, which was our 3rd defeat against them this season. That was a 2-2 killer game where we were 2-0 up and threw it away. All these leads that we keep throwing is very frustrating, especially given the fact we could have finished a lot higher, but hey-ho. 2-1 win in Paisley. Classic. Oh, let's have a look at Jamie Adams' goal, see if it was good. As I said, I feel like all his goals were generally, like, good, because he was further back. Boom. Pile driver. Nice. Right. So, what was that? Was that St Mirren? 2-1 win against St Mirren. We then lost to Hearts. Please don't be a last minute. Oh no, I hate... Yeah, it was an own goal. It could have been avoided. This game we should have lost about 10-0. As you can see, Celtic were not very good at converting their chances, so we got off with one there. Thankfully, we finished bottom 6, so we didn't have to play Celtic or Rangers again. We finished the pre-split games with a 2-1 win over Cali, made easier by the fact they had someone sent off in 7 minutes. Sam Parkin getting a collector's item, and just for the heck of it, we'll watch Jamie Adams' 3rd goal. We watched his red card, let's watch his 3rd goal. Liam Craig with the ball. Oh, it was a header. Well, fair play. They all count. They all... Doesn't matter how far out you strike them for. Although maybe, just imagine a rule where if you strike from far out, it counts as 2 goals. I don't think they would do that. I don't think fans would like it. I certainly wouldn't like it, but that'd be interesting. I wonder if players would try it more. Anyway, 2-2 draw against St Mirren. I think we got lucky here because they scored with 3 minutes to go, and then our youngster Stephen Reynolds scored with within 2 minutes of injury time. Or with 2 minutes of injury time played. Interestingly, I was looking at this guy's Wikipedia, and he hasn't actually played for a club since he left Saints back in 2012. So the season that this game set in was his final season in football, and I was wondering what happened to him. And I found an article from the Daily Record that said it was an interview with Stevie May around the time of our Scottish Cup win in 2014, and he basically said, "Oh yeah, Stephen Reynolds has fallen out of love with football," which is a bit of a shame because apparently he was a really good striker at youth level. And interestingly enough, the article said he was good at heading. And then I looked at this, it's like heading 1. Well, they've done a disservice to him there. But fair enough. I don't remember how good he can become in this game, but as you can see, it's 4-star potential. Could become a good Premier League striker. So, I mean, clearly he was rated. It's interesting. It's, I guess, a what if, but there you go. Aberdeen then came and went, and we lost 1-0. Classic. Final points of the season came at home to Cali. Chris Miller and David Robertson with the strikes. We then lost 1-0 to Dundee United, who were the best of the bottom 6, I should say. So I guess whatever. Although it was with 8 minutes to go, when I was about to play for a draw. Oh yeah, we're watching the red card here from Murray Davidson. Oh wait, this was actually a really weird one. Let's see if we can find him. Where is he? Right, there he is. I've highlighted him. Let's see what he actually does, because I don't really remember. Was that a tackle? Things. We've got a lot of action to get through before it actually gets to the main event. Peter Enkelman. What was that, an elbow? I think that was an elbow. I didn't see the commentary. Yeah, it was an elbow. Oh well, he was trying to Marwan Fellaini him. And then the final game of the season was basically we were 2-0 down, then it was 2-2, then it was 3-2 them, then it was 3-3, then it was 4-3, and then yeah. 3 minutes to go, they scored the winner. I thought I was going to get a point. I kept pushing for the win, to be fair, so it was my fault. And I think didn't mean to do that. I think I fined about 5 or 6 players after it. Yeah, look at that. And I managed to talk each and every one out of them. Not kidding. Each and every one of them that came to me with a concern, I managed to talk them out of it. So it was a win all round. Or I was a real winner. Dunfermline got the points, but I kept my players happy. Anyway, yep, that was my short experience in Football Manager 2012. Did okay. I mean, I think from all my Football Manager season highlights, ignoring Football Manager 06, because A, I played that game for a long time, and B, it's probably the easiest version in my experience. That aside, I think I'm like just an okay manager. Like, okay, I fail sometimes, but like most of the time I'm able to perform slightly above expectations. And I do feel that if I stuck longer at saves, I could do a lot better. Maybe not Football Manager 08, because that save was a lost cause, but most of the other ones, there was potential, especially with Football Manager 2010. With this one, who knows? Honestly, who knows? But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do next with this kind of... It's not really a series, is it? It's just a collection of random videos. But Football Manager Go Lights will continue, so if you just like random games with no commentary or music or anything like that, then stay tuned. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you later.